Welcome to the quietest ones in the room with your host, Trey. I gotta say it, just the mere fact that you clicked onto this video and you're listening to the sound of my voice, you by far are the most intelligent people on the face of the planet. So once again, thank you for joining me. Yes, we have it. It's finally here. Proof that the economic collapse has begun. Now, let me stop you there. I know you hear this on YouTube. I know you hear this on Facebook, on X, and many other platforms, True Social, I don't know. But I'm not here to tell you that this is evidence of an economic collapse. I don't want to go that far. But I think it is proof of something, and I want to unfold it with you today. And you come up with your own thoughts, but I'm going to share mine as well. And what I want to talk to you about is the company called Affirm. You might have heard of it before. The buy now, pay later company, much like Klarna or many of the others you've heard about before. But they just came out with their earnings report this past week, and it didn't look good. The stock dropped 13%. Investors are not confident in the company moving forward, and the CEO provided a forward guidance that did not look wonderful. So the stock dropped. And so let's talk about what Affirm and its earnings report mean to you and I, the middle class, the working class, and even the wealthy. Before I get into it, I want to say this concerning the ideas of crashes and all these different conversations people have online. There's a lot of wealth in this country. Ton of wealth. There are people who aren't going to suffer economically. Just not going to. But the middle class and working class, there's trouble on the horizon. All right, so let's look at this. Affirm had mentioned, this is really what I want to talk about. This is good. Affirm had mentioned in its earnings report on its call that its 0% interest rate loan volume had gone up 44%. Now, this means consumers aren't paying in full. They're being stretched. So if I have cash, and this is how I see how things are playing out. If I have cash, like tariffs, the uncertainty of maybe I might lose my job, and the mortgage might go up, price of food looking to go up. I got these kids, the pricing for everything for them goes up. So instead of using this little bit of cash I have, I'll just use Affirm 0% interest rate loan and get my product and pay an installment. Yes, but it just points to the fact that the consumer, for the most part, is drying up. The funds are drying up, and I've been saying this for a while. This is why I said Jerome Powell needs to lower interest rates. Needs some stimulative action going on. And so the buy now, pay later model is looking like it's in survival mode, because they had to come up with the great idea of, oh, we'll just do 0% interest rate loans. Why not 5%? Why not 2%? Because they understand that many people will not transact if that is the interest rate. So they just went to zero. And who doesn't love zero for interest rates? Especially when you're buying a TV or a phone or whatever. 0% interest rates are great. Car. Anyhow, let's also understand that many people are in a situation because things are tight that hustling to pay off the items that they purchase with Affirm and Klarna is a real deal. I'm already seeing on TikTok videos about people who are going into debt for using buy now, pay later on Dash when it comes to buying their Jersey Mikes, which is already overpriced for somebody to drive it to you. And people are using buy now, pay later. So Affirm came out with the week forecast, which honestly equals a slowdown signal. Despite the 0% interest rate growth. And so it is a dilemma. It's somewhat proof. No, I can't say somewhat proof. It is proof that the consumer in this country is running out of cash. And obviously, we've been hearing how credit card debt is increasing. And so we're running into a situation where even the wealthy are calling for the Fed to act, some of them at least. And even if, a lot of times it's subtle, some of these wealthy individuals, they don't want to just say, hey, Federal Reserve, lower interest rates so I can become more wealthy. The wealthy understand that if the interest rates are lowered, it's more stimulative for you, the middle class and working class, and you'll spend money on products and services which will make them more wealthy. You'll buy a house, you'll buy a car, you'll take a trip, definitely a cruise. You'll take a cruise. So Carnival and Disney, and they'll make more money. All these investors will make more money if the interest rates come down. And they know this. So I want to say this. More than the conversation about a collapse, I think we're almost at that point where the bailout that I've been calling for to happen is closer to happening, where the Federal Reserve lowers interest rates and does some QE, quantitative easing, print some money to make it more stimulative, make the loans cheaper for you to get a home and a car, for businesses to borrow money so they can expand their businesses and hire more people. I think we're almost there. And it does require some pain. The pandemic showed us that. When pain occurs and the money starts to dry up, the Federal Reserve steps in and stimulates. But it does increase the inequality, and we understand that. And it's a short-term fix, but it's necessary. Anyhow, I just wanted to come to you and say, I don't have proof that there's economic collapse on the horizon, but for me, this is proof, in some sense, a warning sign, in some sense, a signal that yes, the average everyday American is getting dried out, and our ability to purchase, and companies like Affirm have been taking advantage of it, even at the demise of their own businesses. Because it's not sustainable for them to keep giving out loans to people and the money's drying up. So even Affirm is hoping that the interest rates come down, and I think we're almost there. That's what I think this is a signal of. We're almost there, where there's some type of stimulative action that will take place. And when it does, if you're in a position to take advantage of getting into the asset game, or buying a house, buying some land, something of that nature, do it. Do it. You remember when the pandemic happened and You're able to get a house with a 2.5% interest rate on a 30-year mortgage, a 15-year mortgage. Crazy. They're saying we may never go back to those levels, but I don't know. Maybe we will. Who knows? Nobody knows the future. But yes, this wasn't to scare you, alarm you. Just, hey, keep your eyes open. When you see these little ripples in the system regarding the strength of America, it's important to know some of these things. So anyhow, please share your thoughts in the comment section regarding the strength of the consumer in America. Are we almost there where you even think we need the Fed to lower interest rates? Do you think they should go up? I don't know why anybody would think they should go up. Maybe, who knows? Maybe you're an economist and you're arguing for them to go up or stay the same. I don't know. But I would also just like to know how you guys are doing. How are you doing in your life? It's tough out here. It's expensive. I know it is. I'm a father of 3. I know how it is. So I can relate to so many. But anyhow, please share your thoughts. As I mentioned in the comment section, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, until next time.